Hey folks, welcome back. It is Elucid, and it's turn 52, so welcome back. We're playing Lemuria in Hello Darkness, and you can see we have an interesting, very spicy turn awaiting us. A few things happen. We cast Ritual of Returning a few times. This is on our Wind of Death casters. And we have, I believe, it says we finished Thaumaturgy, which means we have also finished researching. I guess we did it last turn, I didn't notice. Wind of Death, like Evocation 7. So this gives us Stygian Rains, which can potentially be useful. Unfortunately, can't be cast underwater. And Wind of Death, which is very, very nice for kicking large armies off my forts. So anyway, we've researched Thaumaturgy 5, which now opens up Mind Hunt. And we're plugging away now at Alt 9, which we may not get to this game. Dun, dun, dun. And anyway, okay, so we have some Tupulic battles. They get a Scout, that's one for Lemuria. They get a Shadow Tribune, that's one for Atlantis. They get a Scout, that's two for Lemuria. We kill this one with the Grand Lemur, that's three for Lemuria. They get another Scout, that's four for Lemuria. They get a Centurion a Lemur Centurion, and that's a big one for for Atlantis. So that's two. And we kill another one. I don't know, that's like five or something for us, and then six. So basically, and these are expensive. They're like 5 death gems a pop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like, what's 8 times 5? 40 death gems? That's a lot. There's a lot of wasted money. Now maybe he has some sight or something which makes this slightly cheaper, but it looks like a big old waste. We cast King of Elemental Earth, and we get Barthas. Barathras. This is important because with the Staff of Elemental Mastery, he is going to allow me to fight for Earthblood Deeple if that goes up. Additionally, and I skimmed right past it, we cast Will of Misery, and we're successful. So this is the third overcasting in like 5 turns. Or not overcasting, third casting. First person to put it up was Satis. He had it up for about 2 turns, and then it got taken down by Pythium. Pythium had it up for about 2 turns, and then I took it down. So neither of them have gotten their money back out of it. And I did a pretty big casting, which I don't see anybody taking it from me anytime soon. Though they will certainly conspire. We did not cast any remote site searching spells. We search a bunch for magic sites. We did not find much. We found an enchanted pyre here, which is nice. It gets our fire income up to a healthy 14. We have a shit ton of fire, by the way. We should definitely be thinking about empowering. And then we have a magic phase battle. So I think this is Deconcon. This is Deconcon. With a bunch of angry Kalem soldiers. Unholy Blessing, Soul Vortex, Astral Shield. Their attacks are highly ineffective. Get 47 HP. And so anyway, we killed 12 of them, which is significant economic damage. You know, it's 12 times 15, so that's 30 plus 150, so it's like 180 bucks. 180 bucks. Not bad. And okay, what else? Not, you know, it's not going to break the bank of Kalem, but it adds up. It definitely adds up. And the guy's retreating, he probably lost some of them too. Now we have an assassination attempt here. And we've got an Empoisoner, who's probably just going to do Animate Skeleton. Versus Scout, that will work. Now, a problem with this, and I think it actually happened, was because he assassinated that guy, my fort didn't finish. And my fort should have finished, I think. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and switch to this guy who is not going to get assassinated. We also caught, believe it or not, we'll come back and watch the battles in a second. We caught quite a few Satis assassins coming in. Got this one, no gear. Or, okay, he had a nature gem for Swarm. Yeah, got wrecked. And then we caught this one, which probably also had a gem for Swarm. And he got wrecked. So anyway, that happened. Oh, we got some false heretics. Where were those at? Okay, here. Nice. And what else? I think that's about it for the sneaking dudes. We got an Arco Scout, which doesn't matter. Now for the battles, the main course, if you will. We have the battle with Satis. So, if you recall in the last episode, we had cleared a runway for our army to do map move 2 into an underwater throne of Satis. And on my side, the problem is we can't do a lot of our spells are meant for fighting. Basically, a lot of our spells are meant for fighting living units. Things that target morale or fatigue. Well, against Satis, none of that garbage is going to work. And that's unfortunate. So we basically just did a buff for mass protection. He's got 6 Sauromancers, who are all Death 4, so they're going to be spamming out probably Wither Bones. And he's got a Holy 3, who is here to claim the throne or some other kind of shenanigan. We drop mass protection. And you can see Wither Bones is it's pretty devastating. Fortunately, we're not super grouped up yet, but you can see it's just carving out major chunks of our army. And you can't protect against it, really. Every time they cast it, you're just going to get your ass handed to you. And just look at all that damage. It's phenomenal. The amount of Wither Bones damage. And I think he has killed at least one of my preachers, too. I'll turn on team-colored squares, because we're going to convert some of these guys, I think. Because we've got these guys on advance and cast spells. Now, fortunately for me, they are finally starting to fatigue out from all their Wither Bones shenanigans. Couldn't happen soon enough. We have some flankers starting to make it in, too. You can see some coming in over here. And these are actually going to be quite key, because these guys are going to wake up. They're not, permanently passed out like we would normally do with human mages if we did Rigor Mortis. We didn't even try it here, because we knew there were white mages. But we need it, especially now. This is why you split them up in all these, weird little formation things. Okay, we also have a lot of people running to avoid this. We want to phase when people come in so that when the Wither Bones is getting cast, or whatever is getting cast, they're not grouped up. Because if you compare, watch when a Wither Bones gets cast here. Look how many tiles get taken out. Banishment's coming down, which we don't really care about. I assume there's going to be another casting. You guys going to wake up? What's going on over here? Okay, they're about to wake up. Watch when they cast. Look at that. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles completely taken out. Now at the beginning, they were still carving out big portions of my army, but because they weren't all grouped up like this, they were only hitting 3 or 4 tiles, right? So it's significantly more effective when my guys are clumped like this. That's why we spaced them out as much as we could. Put them on sparse line, on attack rear, all these sorts of things to try to avoid that. Now in the meantime, we have been flanking, and we are getting all up in their mages' business. And the skeletons they have as guards, or that they've summoned, those are not very effective. We also have dropped, I believe, anti-magic, so the banishment's not very effective. And now that we're in melee with their mages, too, we're going to not only kill them, but prevent them from casting spells. And now the battle is over, but you can see it was extremely close. He actually had more mage support than I thought. If I knew he had this much, I might have waited a turn and brought more troops. Because this was actually really close. But you know what? There's only so much you can do against Witherbone spam. I mean, you kind of just you can do mass flight, which you can't do underwater. You can do fatigue tactics, which you can't do really on undead. You can do some kind of nuke, like maybe earthquake or something. Try to take them out early, but an earthquake would be really good for us because we have a lot of floating units. But really, you can't do much. It's a bit hopeless. It really is a bit hopeless versus Wither Bones. You just have to bring enough stuff so that they kind of chew through your first waves and then fatigue out. So that's what we did. We lost one Shadow Tribune, and we lost 300 Spectral dudes, but we killed all his mages. So this is major, major damage. Because basically, for him to get these white mages, he had to kill his cap-only mages. I don't know if they're cap-only. Are they cap-only? Hey, where are the Sauromancers? Okay. Oh, they're not. But they're expensive. Oh, they're not even that expensive. God, these guys are actually pretty decent deals. Death 3, 285. That is not bad with a pretty good random. And then, okay, so the money isn't that much. But the Twiceborn is 10. Okay, we'll tally up the cost here, okay? So the cost here is about 300 apiece in gold. And because he suicided them, he didn't really get much use out of the first life. I do think it's worth counting that. So 300 times 6, that's about 1,800. And then he lost this guy, which... Oh, I guess this is a death summon too. I forget how much they cost. Let's say they cost, I don't know, 20 death gems. And then each of these was 10 death gems. So that's 60. And then this is 20. So it's probably around 80 death gems. So that was a pretty significant blow to him. Now, if he had more undead, which he probably could have had, because you see there's 350 here. If he had had more undead, his mages may have gotten more Wither Bones off. And they didn't have to get too many more castings off for me to lose that, because our troops were already starting to run, etc. It was bad news. Let's look at the retreat details here. Okay, so we lost about 20 dudes in the retreat, so not much. Most people who retreated made it back here. We did have this guy retreat, which is unfortunate, because if we get magic phased attacked here, I can't guarantee he's going to make it back underwater. And we know there's at least one white mage, but there could definitely be a lot more. So what I've decided to do, because we're basically going to win this turn, if we can hold this, and I have no idea if we can. There's a bunch of things I probably have to expect. Magic phase attacks. Yeah. Magic phase attacks are a big thing. And then we're going to have... Oh, God, Coalesced. I've given him this. He's going to charge in. The only thing, he could get definitely Wither Bones to shit, being up in the front versus Sauromancers. But, Magic phase attack by Queen of Air Elementals, that's probably coming. Magic phase attacked by Cohen Gadals, who are not going to be, I don't think, super impressive underwater, but all they have to do is come up with some build that I can't kill. It doesn't have to be like the best build in the world to kill my army. It just has to be something that makes me rout off this province. Which would be annoying. So anyway. We've got all these guys going in. I've got... If... The real problem is if I get magic phased attacked here, then I can't reinforce the army here for a normal phase attack from Satis too. So I'm vulnerable here to magic phase attack, I'm vulnerable here to magic phase attack. Fortunately, at least, I have air elemental summoners in place here. And then we're sending this guy underwater. Our PD dump it's a shitty PD type. Tritons are about the worst you can get. But I figure it's probably better than nothing. These guys are all in advance and cast spells. Power Spheres, Anti-Magic, Soul Vortex. Skeletal Legion works underwater, but not much else does. And then they're all doing invulnerability, advance, and cast spells. I have no idea if this is going to work. We'll find out. I don't think there is a ton more that I can actually do. I could send like my god in and like a YOLO move, have him cloud trapeze in maybe or something. Oh no, he's underwater, so he can't even really do it. And I don't really want to. I mean, he's got a global tied to him now, so I don't really want to risk it. Anyway, we'll have him move back on land. We had him underwater to use the conjuration bonus on this site, so he's going to come back out. That saved us like 20 death gems, or gave us 20 death gems in addition to cast for the global. And this PD dump is going to cost us a bit because we're not going to have as much gold this turn to do our normal temple spam. But if, obviously if it works, nothing else matters. So I think it is worth doing at least a sizable PD dump. We've got one guy claiming the throne. These guys are going to be summoning more units. Itimu is going to bring everybody he can. Okay, those guys won't make it, but we can take these idiots. Itimu is going to bring everybody down here too, so if there's a normal phase attack, he will hopefully be a boss. Yeah, that is the big thing happening this turn. And if we hold this, we win, because we are going to also be claiming this throne here, which I'm pretty stoked about. And if this doesn't work, we'll probably proceed to try to conquer Atlantis. But otherwise, I don't think I care. We're going to storm this castle here. We can't actually cast that much. So I think we just do advance and cast spells. I'm a little worried about getting assassinated, so I put a lot of the guys on top of Turgon. So even if we get kind of mass assassinated here, Turgon won't lose an assassin battle. So he will bravely storm the fort with at least 100 dudes. And I've got kind of a lot of guys too, so I feel pretty okay about this taking this fort. It's got a sunken galley too, which means more death income, and it has Academy underneath, which is going to give me wonderful access to Water 3s, which is something I very much would enjoy. So that's what's going on over in these parts. I could attack Atlantis and try to kill him, but I don't think it's necessary, so I won't do it. But yeah, I think hopefully this is going to be... Oh, the final thing. Hopefully this is the last turn. We're going to finish building the fort here with Waywinkle. There's a big army here. We got to see it, so let's watch this battle. Satis attacking Bogarus. Basically a lot of these guys. Now, I do have, fortunately... I do have fire elementals, which are going to be coming in. And the fire elementals are going to put all sorts of hurt on top of those guys. But he's got a bunch of these air dudes who are going to be spamming lightning bolt, which is annoying but not painful. And then he's got these guys who are going to be spamming banefire, which is annoying but not too bad. Lightning bolt hits one person, and then banefire is AoE 1 but decay around it. There's way worse stuff that I have had to deal with than that. Like, cleansing water is much worse. So, anyway. I fully expect him to attack me here. We've got Omarb coming in, and he's going to... Basically, we've got these idiots in the front who are just going to run forward and attack. We've got these guys spamming out fire elementals. And then we've got these guys on hold and attack rear, which will basically be coming in behind the fire elementals. I don't really have gems to cast any of my important things, but a lot of my important things aren't going to work on undead. So it's a little bit like what you're going to do. And I've also got reinforcements coming in. So I've got, Archchronics. He's going to be coming in doing Archchronics things like Blessing, Unholy Power, Unholy Empower, and Advance. Yeah. Here, probably can just patrol with this guy. And on this front, I probably should attack here with whatever guns I have remaining. I've kind of played a lot of the turn, but... oh, shit. Well, I don't really want to break my nap, and I don't think I ended it. So let's go ahead and send. Anyway, it's possible we win this turn too, but if we don't, then maybe he'll release us immediately. If not, then we'll just end it. We do have some more troop logistics to do, and I do want more. With Lemuria, a lot of times it's a critical mass sort of thing, so I do want to hit the critical mass point here. And to do this, disperse a line. Okay, and then where are these guys? Holding fire. Holding fire. And cycle through everybody. These guys are just going to summon. We're Bane Venom Charming because, of course, we are. We'll just cycle these guys around. Here, we've got these guys pinned in a fort. We've got some guys who are going to be breaking out, but anyway, that's fine. And then... here, what are we doing? Okay. This guy, I feel like, could be very important, but okay, we can't make it out, can we? Oh, we can give him this. So he can bring in some gems to do something nefarious down here, if we can think of what we want him to do. But what can he cast underwater? He could do Skeletal Legion, which I don't think I have gems for. Do we? Oh, no, we do. Some gems. He could do bone grinding, which is actually reasonably effective, but we'd have to be in a communion. Okay, well, let's take a look at doing this seriously, because it would be pretty good. Death 7. So I need to be at least Death 6. Right now we're Death 3. So communion with the guys I have there would get me up to 4. Power of the Spheres would get me up to 5, but I need to get up to 6. So, not really happening. Skull Staff, he could do it. That would be good for a normal phase attack, but it would kind of fuck me if they magic phase attack me, because they'll put in some thug or super combatant and I bone grinding my own army. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Okay, let's look at air stuff real quick. Most of the air stuff I don't think works underwater, except like Lightning Bolt. And then astral stuff is not really going to help either. Light of the Northern Star can be cast underwater. Not a horrible idea. Anti-magic, which I think we're already going to have up. Yeah, not a ton of stuff here, guys. I think it's still worth sending him in. But just having him do Power of the Spheres and then advance and cast spells. And that will hopefully get him doing things like Drain Life or something. And then I think we're going to teleport him in. The other thing too, well, we'll finish it. No, we're going to do it one guy at a time as we make sure everything's done. Site search. Here we're finishing the fort 2 turns left. Here we're finishing a fort good. You can wait. Gath appears to be building up to knock me off of this, which I would say he has the right to do. You know, if he does, we don't need all these people to storm. I needed this many people to break it, so I think we're going to cut losses a bit. I think we're going to cut losses a bit and pull these guys off. What I could do, and it may be more funny, is if I move this guy here and just Wind of Death whoever he brings in to come fuck with me. I think that might potentially be even more funny. I think that would be. Can we do this? Makes it less likely I win, I think. I probably do need him down here. Okay, do I have... I don't have Wither Bones. Wither Bones be pretty good. Maybe affects 6, that's so good. Can I get there in one turn? I can. Okay, I think we're going to make a pit stop real quick. Get Wither Bones. Okay, I really want to win to death these guys, but we're not going to. I think we're just going to do a low commitment attack. And there's a very good chance he knocks me off with Firestorm. If he knocks me off with Firestorm, I mean, so what, really? I care almost none. Almost none. Almost none. Okay, so these guys are going to peace out. And then here... Imperialists. Can he make it all the way? Oh, he can almost make it. He's going to bring reinforcements for the Satis War. I don't know why Fetid has all these troops under him when he has actually none. It's like a weird Dominions bug. Okay, we need to continue our site-searching adventures. Okay, and then here we're going to hang out. I think we're going to take most of the important gear off of you. You were very important to me, madam, but if we do get assassinated, I kind of want to give her some gems so she can survive it. Oh, we can teleport you. Where can this guy go? Oh, he can go underwater. Do I have any way to get this guy? Oh, shit. Oh, but he can't do Wind of Death. He'd need a Skull Staff. I was going to say I could put this on him and he could Wind of Death. Okay, Private Plumpkett is claiming the throne. I think Castronomical can teleport out. And we're not going to do Darkness. I think we're just going to do Advance and Cast Spells. And hopefully he will do a bunch of Witherbone spam. And Kermode Bear... Okay, he's got Earth Boots. We don't need those Kermode Bear on you. Yeah, he's going to hang tight. We could attack. I don't really want to. Okay, all these idiots. Move them over here. And then we'll bring more guys to the front line. These are kind of all the logistics, so we're kind of doing this last turn. Hopefully the last turn together. I mean, kind of I hope it's not, because I've had a lot of fun playing. But I feel like, for everybody else's sake, it's the last turn. Okay, wait, we need to site search Earth and Nature. Where? Here, actually. And here we can wait. Okay, we don't need you guys in Falegra. Let's have you guys roll out. You guys wait. Okay. I need to upgrade this fort, but I can't do it right now. Here, where do we need a site search? Probably there, actually. No, okay. What would be really good? I don't think I can do it. So if I have a nature mage nearby. Do I have boots of flying? I think I have flying boots somewhere. And I think with flying boots I may be able to get there. Who has my flying boots? Oh, Sakane could probably TP all the way down here. Wouldn't this be hilarious if he gets winded of death by a character named after him? I think that's hilarious. Oh, Airborne's also gotten my Dominion out of Marignon. How perfect. How perfect. Okay, so I think, too, we are going to execute plan. We're going to call this Plan Mighty Eagle. And Plan Mighty Eagle is going to be Wind of Deathing the shit out of these guys. Okay, so Sakane, can you teleport right here? And if he attacks me, I want you to do many, many winds of death. And then I want you to retreat. Oh, okay. Shit, I have another guy. Who has all my hats? I thought I had another set of astral hats. I think it's... Well, we'll see. Okay, we'll sneak these guys down here too. And I think we'll do our ceremonial rating here. I think too, so okay, Deconcon we're also setting up to raid. I was going to have him go teleport on top of these idiots, but the more I think about it, the more I want to teleport on top of these idiots. But I'm not quite certain. I think we're going to teleport here. So it's more likely we can trace income from this. Oh, but we can raid here with like a full-on army. Let's do that instead. Fire. Guard commander. Advance and cast spells. Okay, wait. So we're going to attack there, and then we're going to teleport over here. And then I think somebody... Okay, wait. Somebody needs to knock on the door here and make sure these guys want to actually play with me. Do the old hold and fire. I'll have you break siege. Don't want to have them just locking my forts down for nothing. And, okay, he's researching. You're researching. We've got a bunch of idiots here. And I'm not even sure what to do with them. I'm going to have you research. I'm wondering if it's better for him to do this as Death 4. I think it is, because he's going to get the fatigue reduction to get off more casts, and he's already got 3 pin. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. We'll have you guys move over here, I guess. You have site search, so we need to site search these for fire, so we're going to have him walk down. A lot of this is probably not going to matter. The only thing that really is going to matter is what happens in these two provinces. But how confident am I I'm going to win this turn? I think it's like a 30% chance I win. Because it's harder to supercombatant underwater to kill like Lemuria stuff. But it's definitely possible. He can definitely send something underwater that I can't kill. One of these guys can. I don't know who it is. The thing is, I'm going to be doing Drain Life spam, and I've got Coalesced here, who is kind of a badass. And it's possible Coalesced will kill them. So I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think it's like 30% chance. So anyway, that's why we're going through and not playing like the game's going to be over, because, well, it might not be. The players who I think are going to threaten me too. Oh, and we can just lose the battle with Satis. So I think there's actually many ways. There's like, I think the odds of me winning are actually less. I think it's like 20%. So we really need to play like this is going to go on. And this is going to represent the degradation in relations with Gath. And so Gath is almost definitely going to attack me. That's why we're going to be doing Winds of Death, because fuck you, I predicted it. And are you a heretic? No. Oh, you are, but you're not really. Okay. I'll put you all the way out in front. Let's have you patrol. Here we've already site searched for Earth 3. I feel like we should move you up and site search here. Or we'll move. This already clearly has been site searched some for Earth, but I'm not sure how much. We'll site search here for Earth. Not really worried about this one. You know, the other thing I kind of need is Construction 6, so I can get damn Arcane Lens. Because we can't... What would be really cool is if I could actually hit this with Living Castle. Then I would actually win. But it's out of range. This will increase the range of elemental spells, but not... Yeah, not Living Castle. I don't have anything that does that, right? Yeah, I'm kind of grasping at straws. Yeah, okay, we'll move you back up. If I could make an Arcane Lens, which I can't. One second, I'm going to pause and make sure there's nothing that's going to give me an astral range boost. Okay, so it turns out there is something. So I might actually camp out here underwater for a second. The thing is that builds it is the Starfire Staff, this thing. So we're actually going to make one of those. I don't know if I've ever made one before. Which probably is, you know, not to my credit. Okay, let's move over here with you. You've already site searched here. Where should you go? We're going to be fighting Satis generally now too, so I guess it makes sense to kind of to raid him. I'll give him some bodyguards here. That will be a decent little raiding squad. And is everything here site search for nature? Yeah, basically. Okay. We'll have this guy run here. Or even better, can he make it over here? Oh, not quite. Okay. Okay, he's scripted to retreat. Okay, this guy has a nature staff. We'll go ahead and unload him of things he doesn't exactly need at the moment. We'll have him research. and we'll take him off conservative gem use. Okay, good, he's off of it. And I think that will do for him. We actually have a shit ton of water now, which is really good, because if we go for Vengeful Waters, which we can get pretty quickly if we want to, we'll be in good shape. We also have a lot of death. I do need to think about, what are we doing here in Lemuria? You're making an amulet of anti-magic. How about instead... Shit. Who has my other death staff? I know I had given it to you, but I took it off you. I know you have one. Who has my other one? I feel like it's probably one of these idiots over here that I'm teleporting. Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Who am I teleporting? One second. Okay, so I couldn't find it. Or, I mean, I found it, but it was on, yeah, one of my teleporting guys. So I'm not sure we're going to pull that off of him. You know, this is who it was. I'm not actually sure he needs it. Let's take it off, actually. So he's still going to teleport down here. He'll be able to do just fine without it. He's doing Power of Spheres anyway. And then conservative gem use, advance and cast spells. He'll be fine. We'll do Soul Vortex and then... Okay. He'll be fine. Okay, so he's still going to teleport down here. We'll have a pretty big contingent of Drain Life and Apostasy spammers down here. So I'm feeling, you know, not horrible about this. But the Skull Staff... the Skull Staff we are going to give to this idiot here. And he is going to get us another Grand Lemur. And our death income is a whopping 72 per turn. That is very, very high, my friends. Very, very high. Our temples now are at 40 temples, so that means we kicked up to 14 death gems a month and Dominion Strength 14. And I finally made it through all the turn. I like all the units I have to move around. We also are making a winged helmet. I think I can't remember if I showed you this, but yeah. I'll put the Staff of Elemental Mastery, which I got from Atlantis. We're putting this on her, and this will allow me to climb up air and potentially get one of the Air Queens. And if I get an Air Queen, these guys are really fucked, because I'm pretty good at using Air Queens. And I have high-level evocation. It's basically going to be bad news bears if I get one of those guys. I think I have all my research items assigned. What is this? Amulet of Water Breathing. That's actually reasonably useful. So let's look at graphs real quick. We're going to do the overall one, hopefully next turn if I win, but again, it may not happen. Forts, you can see we're just looking freaking unit on lately. Income, we're staying steady, which as Lemuria is gold. And then gym income, look at this shit. Well of Misery going up. This says a lot. When Well of Misery goes up this turn and like your graph doesn't even change that much. Like this was all it changed. Research, looking solid. Dominion, flattened out this turn. That's surprising. That's really surprising. And then army size, we didn't have our normal growth. You can see we've been fighting a lot, but we have, everybody else is probably, Gath is probably the next highest if I had to guess, and Gath is probably right here, because Gath has various types of kind of chaff units he's been summoning. He's probably right here. Ascension points. Look at this. Just our meteoric climb. Feeling very good. Okay, so Coalesced, Claim Throne. Here we're getting this throne. And let's just double check our throne situation. Make sure this will clinch it for us. We are at 5 currently, and then 2 more. The Throne of Fortune and Misfortune will solidify it. So yeah, let's hope we snag a victory here. Highly likely we don't. But even if we don't, people are going to have to be expending copious resources, doing desperate things. The war with Gath is going to be good for me, I think. It means I can start shutting down his... What the hell? He moved all his guys out? I guess he's decided this has been blood hunted to death. Anyway, I can start raiding his blood economy. potentially he can, I don't know, there's ways he can kind of deal with that, but yeah, I think these are all pretty good turn of events. Oh, I probably should give him an Amulet of Anti-Magic. He's got a Bane Sword, but Bane Swords kind of suck. What if I gave him that? That would be better, wouldn't it? Moonblade? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I would say things are looking extremely solid, and I will see you in the next episode.